welcome to 2014 Mascot Madness. We're going to go through the bracket, team by team.
Region by region.
Predicting the round of 64. To start off the bracket is the South region, where we have the Florida Gators taking on, well, it doesn't really matter, does it?
I don't think so.
We have the Gators advancing in this first round here. Not too many mascots can take on a Gator.
No, pretty convincing win.
Next game we have is the Colorado Buffalo versus the Pittsburgh Panthers, and there's a discrepancy here.
Yeah, we've looked up several videos, and the Panthers seem to be able to attack the Buffalo, but not take them down. So we have Colorado advancing.
And you know what? I think the Colorado Buffalo is a much bigger buffalo, not those African buffalo that Panthers are used to fighting. I've never heard of a Pittsburgh Panther, though, so we could have an upset in this round. It'll be a good game for sure.
Yeah, and actually, I'm not even sure if they have buffalo in Africa, but we won't let them know that.
The VCU Rams are taking on the Stephen F. Austin.
Actually, it's not the Stephen F. Austin. It's well, actually, it is the Lumberjack, Stephen F. Austin.
Oh, didn't really know that. The VCU Rams, Rams probably don't take on Lumberjacks very often, but
yeah, this will probably be their first meeting.
The Rams are the higher seed, so we're going to go with the Rams over the Stephen F. Austin Lumberjacks. No wood here. All right, the next game features the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes versus the UCLA Bruins.
Yeah.
Not really sure what a Bruin is.
Me neither. No.
But a Golden Hurricane is probably a lot better than a regular hurricane.
Yeah, apparently Bruins are in Boston too. Isn't the hockey team?
That's
Boston
true.
Bruins?
Coast to coast with the Bruins, but the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes will be ripping up America, taking down UCLA Bruins in the first round.
With style.
With style. The next game is the Dayton Flyers versus the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Yeah, I'm not sure what a Buckeye is going to do, but I'm not really sure what a Flyer is either, but they can fly, so I think we're going to go with the Flyers on this one.
Flyers sound good to me. If it was a Buckeye tree, it might be different, but it's just a Buckeye.
Yeah,
All right. Next game features two middle-range teams, the Western Michigan Broncos and the Syracuse Orange.
Again, I don't know what an orange is, but I mean, I know what an orange is. I don't, but they're not in Florida, so.
No, the Broncos and the color orange. I think the one that is living and moves is going to win this one. Broncos over the orange. Our next game is the New Mexico Lobos versus Stanford Cardinal, but not the Flying Cardinal.
Yeah.
It's the color Cardinal. Two colors in this region. Very unique for the round of 64.
Yeah. I think we actually predicted a tie to begin with, but then we found out there is no ties. So we're going to have to give this one to Stanford.
All right. Next game, the Eastern Kentucky Colonels and the Kansas Jayhawks.
We go with the Jayhawks.
Jayhawks. If the game would have been a Jayhawk versus a Colonel, I think we would have had a pretty defined winner here. But because there's more than one, the Jayhawks are going to defeat the Colonel.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, Jayhawks over the Colonels. Now, a word from our sponsors.
Alright, well, welcome back to the 2014 Mascot Madness Showdown. Next up is the region in the East. Actually, I think that'd just be the East region. Beginning with the Virginia Cavaliers. I think we're going to go with the Cavaliers over the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina. What do you think?
Yeah, the Chanticleers is some kind of bird, and the Cavalier is actually a human, so I think if we're shooting skeets over there, Cavaliers are going to take down the Chanticleers.
I would agree. Next up is Memphis Tigers over George Washington himself. Again, I think we're going with the Tigers.
Yeah.
Back in the day when George Washington was alive, they didn't have automatic weapons, so I think we're going to go with the Tigers.
Yeah, the Colonials are no match for the Memphis Tigers.
I would agree. Next up is the Cincinnati Bearcats. We have them facing Harvard. Again, I think we're going with the animal here, with the Bearcats.
Yes, the crimson, another color. A lot of colors this year. Not used to that, but Bearcat color.
Very unfamiliar matchup, but Michigan State Spartans over the Delaware Blue Hens. Yeah, Spartans.
Spartans big.
Providence Friar Boys over the North Carolina Tar Heels. Tar Heels seems pretty useless, and we're going to go with the Friar Boys.
Yeah, I think North Carolina would try to catch the Friar Boys, but then their heels would get stuck in some tar.
Yeah.
Friar Boys it is. Providence, upset. Round 1. All right, next game.
I think you got this one, Bill.
The Iowa State Cyclones over the North Carolina Central Eagles.
Yeah. Well, for starters, North Carolina Central Eagles, that's a mouthful. If a bird were flying and there was a cyclone, which I think is another word for a tornado.
It is.
I think the tornado would win. So we're going to go with the Cyclones.
Cyclones have got to be one of our favorites in this year's 2014 Mascot
Definitely.
Challenge. Yeah, but this is going to be a
Dominating force.
easy road for Iowa State. Next up are the Yukon Huskies versus the St. Joseph Hawks. Now, we talked a little bit about this game. Hawks rule the sky, Huskies, well,
Rule the ground.
apparently. So, what would happen here if a Hawk had a Husky?
I think a Hawk would be able to would take a run or would give a Husky a run, but I think if the Hawk got within the range of the Husky could take him out pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
Being that birds are usually pretty delicate things. So we're going to go with the Huskies.
Huskies in that one. Final game of the East region, the Milwaukee Pouncing Panthers.
Yeah, not just the normal Panthers, Bill.
The Pouncing Panthers versus the Villanova Cats.
And
Villanova Cats.
yeah, we're just going to go with the Cats being pounced by the Panthers.
Ooh, good one there, Freddy. I like that. They're both cats, but one pounces. Panthers are large cats. If this is a house cat, this game won't even be close. So the Milwaukee Pouncing Panthers over the Villanova Cats.
Yes, sir.
Now we're going to go back to another word from our lovely sponsors.
And this commercial break is going to be brought to you by
Barbie salt. All right, and welcome back again to the 2014 Mascot Madness Showdown. Starting off the games in the West, we've got a matchup of two Wildcats. We're not sure the difference of the Wildcats, but it's Weber State versus Arizona. We can't tell you too much. We've picked Weber State, but we are pretty confident that the Wildcats are going to come out victorious in this one.
Yeah, we went through and had to look up the actual differences in their mascots, and Weber State's mascot looks a lot cooler, so that's why we went with Weber State, but who knows? They are the 1 seed. They could come out of this game.
Yeah.
The next game is the Oklahoma State Cowboys versus the Gonzaga Bulldogs.
I've never been a fan of Bulldogs. All they do is sit around the house and slobber and sleep. So as far as I'm concerned, they suck. So we're going to go with Oklahoma State. The Cowboys, not from Texas, but
just north of there, Oklahoma State.
Close by. But, Cowboys are usually America's team. But again, not from Texas. So.
We'll see how this one ends up. Next game is the North Dakota State Buffalo versus the Oklahoma Sooners.
Yeah, again, we're not really too sure. At least I'm not, what a Sooner is. But maybe they're coming soon or later. But we're going to go with the Buffalo again.
Buffalo, big. Sooner, probably not as big as Buffalo.
Yeah.
The next game, San Diego State Aztecs versus the New Mexico State Aggies. We've got two states here. Which state do you like?
I'm going to go with San Diego State, just because the Aztecs, it sounds a lot cooler than the Aggies.
That's very true. Both have A's, though. There's a lot of similarities in some of these games. Aztecs being Native Americans. I like the Aztecs also.
Yeah.
Next game is the Baylor Bears and the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Yeah. I'm sure the Cornhuskers are pretty strong, picking corn and carrying it, in the cornfields all day. But I've never seen a Cornhusker carry a gun, and I don't think you can beat a bear to death with a piece of corn. So we're going to go with the Baylor Bears here, and we kind of see them as the has a pretty big strong suit coming out of the West region. Look for them to be pretty dominant throughout the first couple rounds and maybe even in the later rounds.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Freddie. All right, our next game is the Louisiana Lafayette Ragin' Cajuns versus the Creighton Blue Jays.
Yeah, Blue Jays, very delicate bird. Ragin' Cajuns, just awesome name. So.
Yeah, they're raging. One thing I have to say about this game is I don't think they see many Blue Jays down there in Louisiana.
Yeah, so I mean, again, this might be a first-time matchup.
Catch them off guard. Whoa, it's blue. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right, our next game is the BYU Cougars versus.
Don't you mean Mormons?
No,
it is Cougars.
They are the Cougars. Sorry,
Misunderstanding.
Versus the Oregon Ducks. Cougar, Duck. What do we have?
I like Ducks more than I like Cougars. Daffy Duck especially, but I'm gonna go with the Cougars on this one.
Good pick. Might see some quacking from Oregon though.
Yeah.
In that one. Our next game, last one of the West region, is the Wisconsin Badgers versus the American Eagles.
I'd like to pick the American Eagles, being that this is America and the eagle is the nation's
bird. I think it is the nation's bird.
Yeah. But the Badger, I think, is a pretty cool animal. I mean, not to take anything away from the eagle, but I just don't think it would be. Actually, I don't know. Bill, what do you think?
Eagles are extinct.
Eagles are not extinct.
And if they're both plural, I think there's going to be more Badgers than Eagles, but Eagles are pretty big. This is one to look out for, Freddie. I think we're going to go with the Badgers, but it's not a clear choice here.
Yeah, I mean, American Eagles, they are, again, America's Eagles. Alright, and welcome back to the, actually the last region, which is the Midwest. Pretty big matchup here with Wichita State, known as the Shockers. Yeah. We have them beating the, frankly, the crappy 16 seed that will win out of Cal Poly and Texas. Is that Southern?
Texas Southern, yes.
Yeah. We have the Shockers, actually winning this game in a shocking fashion. And we see them going on and shocking men and women all across America. So.
Yeah, look for the 1 seed in that one. Not a very large chance for an upset there. Our next game is the Kentucky Wildcats versus the Kansas State Wildcats. Oh my, another Wildcat matchup. What's going on here, Freddie?
Yeah, again, we're going to have Kentucky winning it, but, and that's kind of and that's not a definite, but the definite part of this is that the Wildcats, again, will be coming out of this one victorious.
Very true, Freddie.
Next up is the St. Louis Billikens over, it's either Xavier or NC State, and we don't know what a Billiken is, but quite frankly, we think it's kind of cool, and the mascot looks like he's pretty happy. So
he's one happy mascot, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're going with the Billikens.
The Billikens in that one. The next game, the Louisville Cardinals versus the Manhattan Jaspers, and I don't think the Cardinals would beat many other mascots in this challenge, this mascot madness this year, but the Jaspers are a gemstone, I think.
Yeah, they've got quite an easy matchup in the first round. I'd say they're pretty fortunate.
Yeah, Louisville definitely given a bad seed this year, but hey, you take what's given to you here, and unless they swallow the Jaspers, they choke to death.
Yeah.
Louisville.
It's a good point, though.
And a big win here versus the Jaspers. Next game.
We've got the UMass Minutemen actually winning in last-minute fashion over Iowa or Tennessee. We're not sure, but we still think they're going to win in the last minute.
If Tennessee gets the matchup, I feel like they will be volunteering too much and they might miss the game.
Yeah, they might even volunteer to lose. So
Ooh,
look for that.
Not a very good idea there for Tennessee. Our next game.
The Duke Blue Devils over the Mercer Bears. The Blue Devils, similar to the Sun Devils, but I think the Blue Devils might have an advantage if they do meet each other on later on in the road. But yeah, the Bears normally might win in this matchup, but the Blue Devils pretty hot, being that blue burns hotter than red.
Right. And unlike Baylor, who seems maybe a clear path in the tournament, Mercer gets to meet a very tough test in the first round. We've got the Blue Devils over the Mercer Bears.
Yeah. Next up is the Arizona State Sun Devils. See, here they are. We have them over the Texas Longhorns. We hear that Longhorn himself, he's pretty old, and like we mentioned earlier, the Sun Devils, pretty obvious choice here, being the Sun Devils and all. So we have the Sun Devils over the Longhorns.
That's a very good matchup and a very good pick there, Freddie.
Thank you.
Our final game, the Michigan Wolverines and the Wofford Terriers.
Yeah, I'm a Wolverine fan myself, and you know, I like our chances against the Terriers, Wolford. You know, but I don't know how well the Wolverines might do in the next round. But one thing that they will have to focus on and try not to get away from is looking past the Terriers. You know, we hear they're a pretty strong 15 seed, I think it is. Is that correct?
15 seed. They're dogs.
Yeah.
15 seed dogs. You're right.
Yeah. So look for the Wolverines to win. Not to say big, but fairly large.
Convincingly, yes. And that wraps it up for our round of 64.
Mascot Madness Showdown of 2014.
Yes. Final thoughts?
You know, I guess you know, it's pretty early, but who's your big favorite in winning it all?
I don't know about you, but I really like the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes. Not just a normal hurricane, a Golden Hurricane. That is hard metal slapping you in the face over and over.
Yeah, and you know, I'll give you that, but you know, I like the experience, not just from the players, but the coaching staff of the Duke Blue Devils. You know, that Mike Krzyzewski, he really knows what he's doing, and he's got those Blue Devils shining pretty bright blue.
All subhuman teams seem to do very well in the tournament, so
yeah.
That's a very good pick there, Freddie.
All right. Well, again, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time on the show.